What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonrami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. The 4-year anniversary is pretty much over, just a couple days left, but all the events are pretty much done. And now we have something new to look forward to that's pretty huge, and it's right around the corner, and that is the 300 million download celebration. Now, I personally was expecting this to happen a little bit further on, because we just went crazy on the 4-year, we got top grossing twice, and there was a lot of stuff going on there as far as Dragon Stones being handed out, tickets, and all that good stuff. But it looks like it's not going to stop there, so the Age of Prosperity is going to continue for Global and JP. This is a worldwide event, so let's jump into the 250 million download celebration information, and we'll go over what happened there, because it might be a good indication of what is to come, and also it will lead me into the reason why I have titled this video the way I have, because there is reason to believe that a new LR is coming, a free-to-play LR. So let's check out the news. This is the 250 million download celebration campaign. It was split into 2 parts, just like a lot of major campaigns are. And for full transparency's sake, this was the time that I joined Dokkan. I joined in at the end of August of last year. So I was just getting started. I had no idea what was going on. If anything, this was probably the best, or you could argue the worst time to join, because I was so overwhelmed by the sheer amount of content. I missed so much. And looking at this now, it's really painful to notice just how much I passed on. So let's just go over it. Obviously there's a movie, which is cool. This picture right here actually is the first image I ever saw when I started Dokkan, and that was Frieza and Goku looking at each other. It was funny. I had no idea why, but I understand now it was because the Goku versus Frieza was kind of the theme of the 250 million downloads. And there's a login bonus, special missions, a world battle thing where apparently Global and JP went at it. So, you know, how many... There are certain certain checkpoints you have to reach if Global gets there first, or if Global tallies a certain total over JP, then Global or JP would get the prize Rage Super Saiyan Goku. I believe Global won, so that means JP got the Frieza as a consolation prize. I'm not exactly sure the details to that, but basically there was a battle of the sides of Dokkan. So I'm sure another one of those will come. A Dokkan Festival. This was the first banner I ever summoned on Dokkan, and one of my very first units ever in the game was Ultra Instinct Goku. Then we got the Celebration Summon tickets. Now this is the big thing. I had no idea about this, but you get tickets based on how many stones you have spent from the year up to that point. So if you are a crazy whale, you got a ton of tickets. If you were more conservative and you were a little safer with your stones, you didn't get as much, but you got tickets nonetheless. And there is a whole calculation for that I'm going to talk about in just a second on Reddit that somebody did. By the way, Reddit is really cool. I've never used Reddit before until I started playing Dokkan. And that too, I only started using Reddit maybe a couple weeks ago. I know, that's really sad, but Reddit is cool. How did I not use this before? That's really sad. More Dragonstone discounts. We got the Premium Dragonstone 2, where you can get one of the 120 type leads. You also got a God Dragonstone 4, where you could get one of the EZA units. There were Grand Kai support packs. I will admit, when I first started the game, I bought these, and I thought that they were really good deals. And honestly, in all of the Pilaf's troves that I've seen since joining, back when this happened, I think that was the best deal out of all of them. But I could be wrong, because I don't remember. When I first joined, I had no reference point, but you got a decent amount of Kais and a decent amount of orbs, so it could be worth checking out if something like that were to come back. But that is a very big if. I don't like Pilaf's Trove overall. 50 Dragonstones for all players for the first place achieved in more than 7 countries, so more Dragonstones. A dual Dokkan Fest, so this is kind of looking like the 4-year celebration. They had multiple banners going on. This one was featuring the Transforming Frieza and the Transforming Goku. 2 more events, 2 new events, the Transforming Goku and Frieza events. And this one, which looks like it was one of the best units ever, one of the best events ever in Dokkan. You got up to 70 Dragonstones. I had no idea what this was. When I first started playing, I saw this on my events page, but it looked stupid to me because it just, I wouldn't say stupid, it looked unimportant. Because for me, when I started, I thought everything was about power. And so if you're using a character that looks powerful, or if you're getting someone like Ultra Instinct Goku or Jiren or Super Saiyan 4, that's what you want. So if you're doing an event with launch on the picture, that must mean that it's something very trivial, you know, very like comic relief kind of thing. So I completely ignored this and I missed out on 70 Dragon Stones. There was a event for a free-to-play free Rainbow EZA Piccolo. All the events were open. This totally threw me off. When I joined Dokkan, I saw all the events open all the time, and after the celebration ended, I thought, what the heck? Did they just stop? Like, did they just remove content? I almost left the game. I was really, really dumb. A new event, Goku, Goten, and Gohan, Family Kamehameha, support summons. I really know how much of a value these things are now, so that was awesome. I didn't summon back when these were there. Hidden potentials on the weekend, stamina reduction by 60%, quadrupling of your quest experience, and 30% off Baba. That's just part 1. Part 2 was the Goku Frieza Miracle of Universe 7 campaign, and this was my very first LR. I will never forget this. So, another movie, another awesome title page, or title screen, and we got this like 7 Super Dragon Ball event thing. I don't even remember if I participated in that. But anyway, that was there. And then we got the Extreme Z battle for Jiren. Just like the Omega Shenron from the 4-year anniversary, we had a Jiren event where you could go up to 999 for cool rewards like orbs, Kais, training items. And because I was able to pull LR Goku Frieza, this was actually really easy for me. I could have gone all the way, I think. I just didn't know enough to do that. It kind of seemed tedious and boring at a certain point. More special missions. We had the free-to-play Goten, Trunks, and Marin for another free Rainbow. More missions, more Dragon discounts, the Legendary Summon. I can't tell you how many consecutive Goku Friezas I got, because if I did, you'd get very upset. Because the worst part is, I didn't even know if it was worth it, because I was still in my beginner phase, and I thought multiples of a single unit was bad. But because the Goku Frieza moment had just happened on Dragon Ball Super, I was so excited to see it that I just kept it. And it didn't happen until maybe a month later that I realized that this is what it takes to get a rainbow for a unit. And so I was able to rainbow my Goku Frieza in one go because I had all the dupes available. Man, okay. Boss Rush, Universe Survival Saga events. This is likely because of the fact that the show had just ended, so the hype was real for, you know, the Dragon Ball Super stories. Kai summons, login bonuses, more special missions, daily missions, the Dokkan Fest was there, the Dragon Stone, so everything that was mentioned previously is back. So, a lot of stuff, and this is now the 300 million download celebration, and people are saying that because Goku and Frieza was the theme for the 250 million downloads, that the next progression would naturally go from the Frieza Namek Saga to the Cell Saga, which is why they're saying that it's going to be Gohan and Piccolo, Gohan and Cell. Now, I personally don't think that it's going to be the case, but again, this is my first year of Dokkan, and who knows where they can go with this. If they really are going to do a Cell and a Gohan, feels kind of weird because they both already have LRs. Granted, the Gohan LR is pretty outdated, so having a new LR for both seems unnecessary right now when there are other units that would desperately need as LRs. So it's hard to say what they're gonna have. But one thing, why did I title this video the way that I did? It's because this was the moment in Dokkan Battle that the Saiyaman free-to-play friend summon was introduced into Global, and it's been a year since that time. So I don't know how prior years have gone as far as friend summons are concerned. If you have been there since day 1 or year 1 or year 2, let me know in the comments. But based on the fact that 250 million download celebration campaign was the debut for the Saiyaman friend summon, I think there's good reason to suggest that there will be a new friend summon out for Global because the free-to-play model has been slowly improving, and it's getting really, it's getting up there. So the next natural step would be a summonable LR for the free-to-play players. every chance that we get for a new banner, there's always a ton of pay-to-play summons, and only free-to-play units will get the event drop units. We never get anything else. So getting something like this, I feel like, is very much warranted. It's more than overdue. It's welcomed, and I think that we can expect a new Friend Summon LR. Don't hold me to it. This is just my theory, but just like people are theorizing that Gohan and Cell are going to be the new featured units for, or the theme characters for this new 300 million downloads, I think it's safe to say that we're going to get a new LR. Now, as far as what LR it's going to be, I'm going to go with Roshi. I don't know why. I have no reason why, but I'm just going to say Roshi because, well, maybe because people have been saying Krillin. They want Krillin, and I want Krillin too, but I'm just going to be a contrarian and say that it's Roshi, just because. Also, I was learning about the interwebs by looking up Reddit and learning about all this good stuff when I came across this tweet by nanogenix back in February of 2019. I always knew that this was a thing, like Dokkan makes a lot of money because we get top grossing all the time, it's Dragon Ball Z, it's Bandai Namco, but really putting it into perspective like this is just insane. This was back in February when he let out this tweet. Dokkan made over $400 million in revenue last year. Global made $105 million and JP made a little over $300. Now, I don't know what is crazier to take away from this, the fact that they made $400 million last year, or the fact that JP alone outdid Global 3 times as much. Now, JP obviously isn't just limited to the country of Japan, but it is predominantly from Japan. People do play JP using VPNs or mods or whatever the terms are, but that is crazy to think that JP made 3 times as much when it's primarily focused on a single country. But then again, the bigger picture, $400 million in revenue, and we just had the 4-year anniversary on Global. We're going to have the 300 million downloads coming up next, but before that, we have the Super Dragon Ball Heroes campaign. Now, in my previous video, I went over in great detail over all of the units that were coming, and I even said that this is a banner worth summoning on because you get some really good support units. But now that this is happening, that might not be the case. The reason why is because this Dokkan, the Dokkan Twitter, official Dokkan Twitter, they have said that on the 17th of August, they will be doing a live stream of the upcoming units or information that is for the 300 million download celebration, which means that it is probably coming up pretty soon. And since this is happening on the same date as JP, it's fair to say that it's going to be the banner after Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So Dragon Ball Heroes is now definitely a trap. Before, I said that it was kind of a trap, but now it is definitely a trap, and I take back what I said. If you saw that video, if you didn't see that video, you're also fine. Don't summon, because you need all the stones that you can get for this banner, because it is probably going to be really, really good. And another reason why is because of the following. So on Twitter, as I was exploring Reddit, as I was exploring the realms of Reddit, I came across this by a user Fishamorphus, and he goes into great detail about how many stones had been earned over the past year in Dokkan, free to play. And he goes over everything in great detail. I'm not going to go over all of it, but after all the calculations and tallies, he comes to the grand total that the free-to-play stone total was 4,254 stones. There are some stipulations in his calculations. If you want to look at it, I will post a link in the description. But that is a lot of stones, and if you had used every single one of those stones over the past year, then you would earn 85 tickets out of those 4,254 stones. 85 tickets. So basically, if you were free to play and you were playing this game, you still get a decent amount of tickets. So you don't need to spend any more stones that you have right now to think that you're going to bridge the gap between now and the 300 million download celebration. Save your stones. Don't do this Super Dragon Ball Heroes banner if you can help it. I know there's going to be it's going to be really hard to pass it for several reasons, but you will thank yourself later. So that is about it on this video. I just wanted to go over all this stuff. I'm sure you've heard it a lot. Everyone's talking about it right now. It's taken over the Dokkan news cycle. I know I'm one of the last few to talk about it, but it's still worth mentioning because of the one reason that I am most excited is that a free-to-play summonable LR, I believe, is coming up on the friend summons. How do you prepare? Save your friend points. I don't know if you're the type to use them, if you ever use them, I mean, aside from getting the other LRs, but save them now. Do quests, farm your rank, or get your rank higher up while your XP bonus is there, and get all the friend points that you can, and save up, because if that new LR is released, you're going to want to get, how many copies? You're going to want to get 24 copies of that unit. Why 24? So that you don't have to spend a single Kai on increasing the super once you get the unit to LR status. If you have two units of two LR units of SA10, you just combine them, boom, you've got max super attack, and that will cost you 24 copies to fully rainbow and SA max him. So to do that, you need to have some luck, or you just need to have a ton of friend points, and you can just summon away, summon away, summon away until you get all the LRs that you need. So that will end this video. I hope you found this useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed, or if this friend summon preparation tip is useful to you and it's something that you never really thought about. Be sure to subscribe for more Doke content in the future. I will be doing my ticket summons finale in the next couple days because the 4-year celebration is over and the tickets are coming to an end, so that means the ticket summoning will also come to an end. But thank you once again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.